Hey guys, so this is a really unique and interesting speedrun for Ocarina of Time done on the Gamecube version. So the Gamecube version is special for this because the Gamecube version actually has a movie file for the credits. The real in-game credits do still exist on the Gamecube version, but the credits you get when you normally beat the game is actually a movie file. Now the way the credits play is by telling the game to look at a certain invalid N64 memory address, and when the Gamecube emulator sees this invalid address, it begins to play the credits movie. It was recently discovered that you can use stale reference manipulation, or SRM, to manipulate function pointers to any address in the game. This means that you can tell the game to look at any address, including the invalid address. So we do just that. We use SRM to point to this invalid address, and the credits immediately start playing. It's important to note that this is not arbitrary code execution. You are not writing code that's being executed by the game. This is simply redirecting where the game will look for code. In addition, arbitrary code execution would crash on GameCube and VC anyway. This means this is now the fastest way to beat the game on GameCube, the fastest way to beat Master Quest, and the fastest way to beat the game without Ace. This is almost as fast as the current N64 run with Ace, with this run being about 30 seconds slower than the current record. This currently uses a pretty slow setup for SRM, so if a faster one is found, it could be possible for the GameCube version to be the fastest version even for any percent. So I mentioned Master Quest, so this setup works exactly the same for Master Quest and for original Ocarina of Time on the Collector's Edition disc, but original Ocarina of Time on the Master Quest disc requires a different setup, which right now does not exist. Even though the run's completely identical though, Master Quest runs still need to be done on Master Quest, and original runs still need to be done on original for the purposes of leaderboards. So that's all for this explanation. From here I'm just going to let my original commentary during the run play. Lose a digital copy, like if you lose the physical copy then you kind of just lost it, period, but you're not going to misplace a digital copy, which is nice. Yeah, physical doesn't take up storage on the Switch, but I have everything on a micro SD card, so storage is essentially not an issue if you have a micro SD card. But I guess like basic Switch storage space, yeah, you're probably gonna run out of space. I ran out of space pretty soon without the SD card. Yeah, I guess you can sell the physical later if you want, but I don't know. I never sell games. And I don't know, that seems like a weird thing to think about, like when you're buying a game, like, oh yeah, I can't wait to buy this game and then sell it in 5 years when I haven't played it in a long time. I don't know, it just seems kind of weird. But yeah, I get why people like physical, but for me, I much prefer digital. I love the convenience of digital. Danielle, this isn't a payload. This is just SRM redirecting the game to look where it shouldn't be looking, or look in a different place than usual. So there is no like better payload than this, because you're literally just telling it go to the credits. It can only be like a better setup for it. Oh, but yeah, better setup for sure. Because theoretically, with a better setup, this could be the fastest method for any percent. And if this is the fastest for any percent, then I would love for Gamecube to be the fastest version. That'd be so great. I think it's good. Nice. That was a pretty good run, actually. I think that was an 818. That was neat. Good speedrun. What's the record? It depends on the category you're talking about. For no ace, this is the record, technically, although the no ace rules will probably change. For any percent, the record is 748. And with a better setup, this may be faster than the current N64 setup. So in the future, this might be able to beat 748. For Master Quest, while this technically cannot be submitted for Master Quest because this was played on original, Master Quest is literally exactly the same speedrun, input for input, like there's literally no difference. So technically the record for Master Quest should be the same as this, but isn't technically. Currently the Master Quest record is 833. I got 833 earlier. I've been switching between Master Quest and vanilla, so I can get decent times in both. Run both at the same time. Yeah, we were talking earlier, like, in theory, you should actually be able to run both at the same time, like either with a theoretical like GameCube controller splitter, or by using a Wavebird and having 2 receivers on 2 different consoles and having them on the same channel, and then playing both speedruns at the same time. In theory, that should be doable and should be the theoretical best way to run both at the same time. Like the optimal way to run both categories.